what's up? It's Dejon Paul, rapper Port Card at Dan LA. I'm here with King Envy.
Yeah.
What's good, bro? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm blessed, man. I can't complain. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir. Yes, sir. Let's talk.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about the album.
Yeah.
Still Him.
Still him. Come on the 24th dropping. They gonna love this one, trust me. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, bet. So basically, every interview I ever do, especially with a West Coast artist, I start with an icebreaker. I'll ask you a couple. Give me your top 5 favorite LA rappers of all time.
Oh shit. All time Nip for sure. We're gonna go with Nip. I'm gonna go with Big Sight. LA only?
LA County, so Long Beach, Compton.
I'm gonna go with Sabi third for sure. I fuck with Sabi.
Okay.
West Side Boogie. And last, I probably have to go with Snoop.
Right, that's fine.
I mean Long Beach, but it's still West Coast.
Long Beach too. No, you mix old with new.
Yeah,
old
if they come down to the West Coast, I just respect their artistry.
Okay, what about a top 3 LA rap albums of all time? Since we're here to talk about an album.
Game documentary,
Fire.
for sure. For sure, Nip, Victory Lap. For third, that's gonna be a hard one. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck. Who would you say?
Me, I'm gonna go My Crazy Life, YG.
Yeah, I fuck with that one too. Sure.
Or you can always go Snoop, Doggy Style.
You know what? Chronic 2001.
Ah, that's a good one.
Chronic 2001.
2001 was
for
fire
sure.
too.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's hard. That's a hard question. I know. It's impossible
hard.
to just pick 3 West Coast albums because I feel like we make the best albums, but that's besides the point. All right. If you had to pick between My Crazy Life or Good Kid, Mad City, it's my last icebreaker. Which one?
My Crazy Life.
Why?
I just if you want to be honest, I'm not really too big of a Kendrick.
Oh, this the wrong time to be saying that.
I'm just gonna be honest.
This the wrong time to be saying he gonna drop a diss record against you.
It's just because on YG his authenticity is I fuck with it. So it's through his music I know where he coming from, everything like that. I respect Kendrick too, but I'm gonna go with My Crazy Life for sure.
Okay, My Crazy Life for sure. All right, so tell me about some of your musical influences growing up. Who was King Envy listening to?
Growing up, I would say, I'm a 90s baby, so I had a lot of oldies, Earth, Wind and Fire, Kool and the Gang. Hip hop wise, I would say I listened to a lot of Eminem, it's crazy, 50, Eazy-E. So it was a lot of influences, but what kind of molded me towards the music for me to start doing my own thing, I would say most likely 50.
50 Cent?
It's crazy because that's just around my era. That's what I was listening to. That's what I was going out and buying, and it was a lot of different music at that time. That's when Jaquan and we talking Tipsy. We talking back in them days.
I remember.
Nelly too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. Tell me the best part about being a rapper, and then could you tell me the worst part about being a rapper?
The best part about being a rapper, if you a real artist and you really believe that, the best part about it is getting your message across, knowing that you're touching people. You know what I'm saying? The worst part is you in a game where everybody trying to, a lot of people doing music off of the influence and not the passion. You know what I'm saying? So it's they see other people do it. And me, I feel like that's the negative side of being a rapper is having so many people that's infiltrating the shit,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, where does the name, and I probably should have asked this first, where does the name King Envy come from?
Shit, growing up, I always, wanted the best shit. I always wanted to, keep myself up. And I feel like a lot of people, they always wanted to kind of not follow, but they didn't really, I had a lot of hate because people would look at me and they were kind of want what he got, or why can't I be and just came up with envious. A lot of people was kind of envious of me, so I just say, King Envy. I want to drop the King and just keep it Envy, but
okay. Nothing wrong with the royalty, I guess.
Yeah. It's not even being in vain. It's just coming up, that's what I witnessed. A lot of people just didn't like me for the wrong reasons. And that's, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure there's plenty of people that can relate to that, to be honest.
For sure.
That disposition.
Yeah.
All right, let me switch it to the studio. Do you remember your first studio session? And if so, what was it like?
My first studio session, I remember it was a Big Sight. I grew up in Inglewood, so Big Sight, picture me rolling, all eyes on me. He was the first person to put me in a studio ever.
That's right.
So he picked me up, took me to a studio somewhere like Woodland Hills, something crazy. and I recorded my first record. It was called "Gave It My All," and I had a little CD, and I was going around the neighborhood, just giving it to many people I can. Just it was it's something I always remember, but that's not exactly where I started actually pursuing it. But that was my first time in the studio actually making a record.
Okay.
Yeah.
And fast forward to today, what are some of your like studio essentials, like things you need in the studio you must have?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I gotta have my drink.
Okay.
Time and time. I'm not like overboard with it, but I gotta be vibes. I gotta be feeling the energy. It's really just my mood. You know what I mean? I don't go to the studio if I'm not in the mood. Like if I'm not feeling like music, or if I'm just not gonna do it.
Do you write beforehand, or do you wait till you get in the studio and write? I know artists have different processes.
I wait till I get there because it's like I want it to be fresh. You know what I'm saying? Usually whatever like instrumentals, any beats I go through, it influenced me to like kind of know what direction I'm gonna go.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you write in the studio.
Yeah, I hate writing outside of the studio and then coming and recording it. Come back the next day, it don't even sound the same.
All right, bet. Let's talk about a few of your collaborations. You've done a few, but I just want to highlight some key ones. Blast.
Yeah.
He was on the record. I'm on 10.
Yeah.
And it had another feature on it though. What's the?
Nico May.
Yeah.
She's a singer. I put her on there, and I just feel like it amplified the record.
Okay.
It wasn't even a part of the plan. It's just it came out like that. But that's probably one of my dopest records, honestly.
I agree.
Yeah.
The Vibes record with Westside Boogie is also a standout feature and track of yours, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how you linked up with Boogie and that record.
With Boogie, it was just like from a distance, and honestly, that's one of my favorite artists. That's why I named in the top 5. Yep. So, I just watch from a distance, and I'm just like, you know what? When it get to that time where I'm able to work with him, I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna make it happen. So I reached out. We got the record done the next day, and then the vibes in the studio was everything, and it was such a quick session, but that song got the most streams out of any record that I've ever done.
That you put out so far?
Anything.
That's fire.
Yeah, that's probably like my top. That's my number one.
Okay. Have you? How many times have you performed it? And when you perform it, what's the feedback?
We performed it together at my album release party I had in Anaheim, and the energy of it is just like, because I'll be honest, like I'm used to performing, but like when I'm performing some shit that I actually love and I know that people actually enjoy and they know it too, it just bring the energy up. It's better, and it was a great experience, honestly.
Okay, bet. You also collaborated with Kayla For Real and Rucci on your debut project, 1991. That's your debut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1991. What year is that? That it came out 2020 or?
Yeah, that was about 2020.
About 2020, your debut has both Kayla For Real and Rucci on there. Tell me how you ended up linking up with those two artists.
Crazy thing is, me and Rucci, I used to sleep at his house when I was a kid. I was probably 4 years old.
Oh, okay.
We used to stay in Hawthorne, and so it's crazy going through the music industry. I didn't hear from him for probably 15 years. Seen him, tapped in, and we got straight to it right after that. Kaylin, same thing, reached out. I just want to cover areas in the industry. That's how I think as an artist like me. I think of the marketing and the business side.
I see that. I see that a lot with you.
Yeah, I've done stuff with Rio, Sada Baby. I didn't moved around Millie's. And the reason why I do that is because I try to cover each area. I want to show that, my versatility is there. I could almost get on anything. Okay. You know what I mean? So I just like to cover those areas. I don't want to be stuck in a bubble.
Understood.
Yeah.
All right, so you just brought up working with Rio and Sada Baby. Tell me those stories really quick.
Man, it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. When I did my feature with Rio, I went out to Flint, Michigan, and I couldn't even get an Uber. It was crazy, but yeah, the city crazy out there. I went out there, knocked out the feature, good energy. With Sada Baby, same thing. We built a relationship to the point where, we still go back and forth up to the day. And it was just a good experience, going to the East Coast, traveling, and knowing that, my goal was to go out there and finish some business, some music. You know what I mean?
Take care of that. That's
yeah.
All right. Who are some other artists, if you had to name a few, that you want or wish to collaborate with?
I really like it. What's her name? Tim's.
Tim's? Okay.
Tim's, I like her.
I can see that.
Yeah. I just like smooth, soulful shit, like Janae Aiko. I wish I could do some shit like that. Not really, not too many more rappers, honestly. You know, I am the rapper, so kind of like I just want to create my own music.
You want to pair with like melodic people for the most part?
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
That makes sense.
I love it.
I love that format.
Yeah, for sure.
Miss that format, to be honest.
Really?
When you let the rapper rap and then you have a singer on the record,
that's
the
what
rapper
I want.
Singing as well.
I love it.
Because it doesn't always work
That's
out.
music. Best of both worlds.
I agree. In that same vein, if you had to do a collaboration project with one artist, any artist in the world, who would it be? A whole like album?
I'm gonna have to go with Drizzy.
Drake.
I have to.
Kendrick definitely about to this shit. Not a Kendrick fan, and you want
I've been fucking with Drake since day one. I'm talking about since day one though, like, you know, so I feel like Kendrick cool, but yeah, it's gonna have to be Drake.
Okay, bet. Switching gears really quick. What were your first thoughts when you saw the LA Rap Report card? I like to ask.
On myself?
That's the next question. But I'm just talking about the original LA Rap Report card.
When I first seen it,
saw it years ago on the timeline.
I thought it was a fucking amazing idea. I'm surprised nobody thought of that. It was, and when I seen it, I'm like, damn, like this is like making people live up to what they, you know what I'm saying? It makes you like the progress report you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's you giving people a chance to say, this might be your grade right now, but you got room to improve.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you kind of give motivation to artists independently, and I feel like that's what was needed. And I see a lot of people respect the opinion also.
Greatly appreciated. Yeah, when Kumo D did the Rap Report card back in '87, he graded his peers, and I'm like, man, if I could put that same fire, that same spark, underneath LA rappers,
crazy. You did it.
You get what I'm saying? Maybe we can get a golden era too, because that was the golden era hip hop. Yeah, maybe we can get a golden era too. So at least I tried to do that.
Nah, you did do it.
I appreciate it.
You did.
All right, so we ended up doing an individual Rap Report card for you.
Yeah.
My last one didn't go so well with X4. He got an F. He thought I did it on purpose. So you ended up getting a 45% in totality, but mainly because you have not put out a project in 3 years?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So one, why is that? And then my part B is how did you feel about the grade? But one, why haven't we got a full body of work from you in 3 years?
To be honest, being as independent as I am, I'm kind of messy. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I'll go to the studio, record something, and throw it out the next day. I started, I didn't have enough structure. So I kind of got off track a little bit. And then eventually I just picked it up and I said, you know what, I gotta get my shit together, do the shit the right way, marketing and, give them a body of work,
Right. Well, we hear you got here, but I just feel like those, even when like a Kendrick, not to keep bringing him up, but a mega star like that, when he took the 5-year break.
Yeah.
That was my biggest knock against him. That's why he didn't have an A on the report card. That's why he has a 6 and a B, because it's like, I feel like if Drake can drop every year, then there's no excuse for every artist to drop once a year.
Right.
Because you would be mad at me if I went a whole year without dropping a report card.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I'm just posting on Instagram.
Yeah, like what's the update?
I post on Instagram all the time. But there's no report card.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everybody, you got to do your job at least once a year.
For sure, yeah.
So other than that, the lyricism score was like an 8.
Yeah.
Cadence and flow was solid, like 7 8s. It mainly, like I said, that consistency definitely hit your grade, and then also you have to build the catalog. You don't have those classic records yet, but I know you have the potential to. The hit records yet, I know you have the potential too. So it's all there. I see a bounty of potential. So I just wanted to ask you, like, what are your career goals? Let me put my expectations
career
of you
goals,
aside. How do you feel about it? What are your career goals?
My career goals to I want to be able to establish myself and my people as a brand, like my 35, 34. And I got, I'm motivated to do it, never discouraged. I just want to be able to create a legacy that could last forever. I know it's cliche because people claim that's what they want to do. And when I think about music, I think about, Grammys, and I think about bigger shit. You know what I mean? Right. And I was talking to my boy the other day, not to get off subject, but even with the report card, it's probably about 90% to 80% of those people are not even headed towards Grammy. Not a couple.
Respectfully.
Not in a disrespectful
way.
Just because I'm observing and I'm watching the way music, actual art is created. Yeah. And a lot of the LA rap that I'm hearing is fire. It's artsy for the people. You create, people gonna like what they like. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when I think of music, I think of Grammys. I want to have something that's established, something that's gonna last forever. Okay. So when when you ask me what I'm trying to establish, that's just my brand, my name, and to be able to have my family look back and say, okay, this is something that he really took serious, and we could see that it actually worked for him. You know what I mean?
Bet. So, do you have moments where you consider quitting music, or you get discouraged in music, and if so, how do you deal with it? Or are you always just on 10 on go?
Yeah, honestly, music is like, it got to the point where before it was like, okay, I got music, I got this going on, I got this.
Okay.
But I noticed like when I had other things going on, if I would have just, music is it. Like I have nothing else. There's no backup plan. There's no nothing.
Okay.
I don't have an option. That's how I look at it. Yo, this video is sponsored by Hollywood Boys. We're going to have the Telegram link in the YouTube description. Make sure y'all go fuck with Hollywood Boys. You already know, for the best.
How do you deal with, not just mine, but in general, criticism, feedback, comments on music from music listeners or haters or supporters? How do you just deal with it in general?
Shit, depending on who it's coming from, really.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So overall, like, I really, like, I'm up for it. Like, I'm open to listen to the criticism. Like, I respect your opinion for sure, because even when I went through it, the numbers add up. You know what I mean? As long as the lyricism there, it's room to improve everywhere else.
Yeah,
easily.
Absolutely.
So that was a bit of motivation for me to keep going too. Yeah, I deal with it pretty easy, because it's like I'll take people's advice, and I feel like everybody put here to teach you something. I can learn something from you. You can learn something from me.
Vice versa. Absolutely.
So I just keep my ears open.
What has been like the crazy, if you can remember, what's been the craziest comment someone's left on your page or underneath a music video on YouTube or something?
It's always some Drake shit, like, oh, this nigga think he Drake, or you know, some crazy shit like that.
That's
yeah,
funny. That's real funny.
That's it.
All right, speaking of music videos, what's been your favorite music video that you've released thus far?
Shit, it'll probably be Still Here or I'm on 10.
Okay.
You know, I just like the energy, you know. Those are my greatest ones.
What's a music video, in all honesty, what's a music video that you shot, but it might not have came out the way you wanted it to? Because it happens to every artist.
Man, damn, that happens so many times.
Really?
But it's because, you know, yeah.
Being a perfectionist?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say one that I kind of want to be better, it probably would be Still Here. Okay. And it was the one I did with the police officer getting killed by the cop. And
okay, you did a full treatment.
Yeah, I did a full treatment, but
ambitious.
The person that was shooting it was like, he cool, but it wasn't it.
Not up to par, in your opinion?
In my opinion, no.
Okay. I like that type of honesty.
Yeah.
I feel like you can learn from that, even from yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about your latest single. I believe it's your latest single.
Yeah.
Diamond in the Rough.
Oh, you a Reason?
With Reason from TDE.
Fire
Record. One of your best records, in my opinion.
Thank you.
I love the boom bap production. Who did that?
I think that was my boy JP Bangs, or that was RT. My boy RT. So he produced that.
Shout out to him. What made, when you first, before we get to the feature, when you first heard the beat, what did you think? What went through your mind?
Was like, this is rap. This like hip hop. Like when I heard the beat, I'm like, yeah, this is like, you have to have a rapper on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Reason fitted like perfectly. So I felt like that was the perfect one for him.
How did you reach out? You reached out to him?
We go to the same studio. So my engineer is his engineer.
Okay.
So you know, my engineer, he always, you know, play records for, you know, artists when he come through, and we just locked in. You know, I hit him up. We went back and forth. We did the record in the studio together, and it was a vibe, man. You know, we working on the music video right now. That should be out in the next couple weeks. So I'm waiting on that to drop too.
Okay, bet. So this single, I'm assuming, stems directly from the album. This the first single from the album?
No.
It's not?
No. It was a single before the album.
Okay.
So my way of, you know, dropping my music is different, where, you know, since I haven't dropped the album in so long, I like to drop singles along the way.
Okay.
Of course, like, and that was my last single before I actually dropped the album.
Have you used that tactic before?
Yes.
Okay. I want to come up with a name for that so that artists could that's dope.
Yeah.
Like it's what, like you put out singles
pick
that
up
aren't
traction.
gonna be on a rep to pick up traction. We call it traction.
Exactly.
Pick up traction with these singles, but then you just divert to a project. Okay.
Exactly how you do it.
I do like that. Do you at least let's talk about the album title, Still Him.
Yeah.
Where did you get that title from? Because it's very confident.
Well, the picture is a picture of me and my mom, and you know the artwork shows that you know even though you see me right now and I'm you know grown and I'm out here doing my shit, that kid you still see it on that cover. I'm still him.
Still him.
Yeah, I'm still him.
Still the same guy.
Yeah, from the core for sure.
That's fire.
Yeah,
that's organic. I fuck with that. Mm-hmm. All right. So speaking of the cover art with your mother, there's a track called "Mama's in the Loop."
Yeah.
And so tell me about the inspiration behind that, how that record came about, when you recorded it, whatnot.
When I was writing that record, I was just thinking about, you know, my mom and, you know, how much, even in the beginning, she knew that's what I wanted to do was the music. And then eventually it got to a point where, you know, where I was doing the blast records and, you know, I hit the Power 106s and I was doing great things. And they started realizing like, okay, this is him. You know what I mean? So writing that record, it just stems from like just thinking of my mom, you know, the things that we went through together, the struggles as a child and as a single mother too. You know what I mean? So shout out to moms.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask you, how did you sequence the album? Because I know that might be one of the more challenging parts of putting together a body of work.
It was pretty easy.
Was it?
Couple years in the making. And then what I do is compare and contrast type shit where I would sit there and I'll play about 16 to 20 records that I've worked on through the past maybe year or two. And I'll go through them and I'll see which ones align, you know, which ones go with the mood. Because each time I go to the studio, I'm not going in there to, okay, I'm working on something for the project. I don't want my mind on that. I want it to be free. I want my mind to be open. So I'll go in there, do a record that I'm feeling for my emotions, come back, go through all of them, see which ones fit. You know what I mean? Okay. I feel like that's easier for me. I like doing it that way.
So you don't overthink it, really?
No, I don't. Just record. Let your emotions spill, and then, you know, you put the pieces together. It's like putting together a puzzle.
Okay. Before we get back to your album, could you see yourself doing that type of sequencing or A&R for other artists?
Yeah.
Because you seem to have it down pat.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. Let's talk about some of the production on the project. Who's the standout producer to you? Who had the best track?
Hicks and I would say Hicks made this and RT. Those like my top producers. Okay. And Keitel, he produced a couple records and one of my favorite producers for sure.
What's the chemistry between you and RT musically?
Every other producer that I work with is always a distant relationship, like either through the internet or, you know, some shit like that. Besides Keitel, I usually shop for my beats like London and like overseas producers. Okay. You know what I mean? It's just, and also Dream Life. Dream Life Beats is like the one that really, like, that's where I started with him. And, you know, I'm real selective on my beats. That's the thing, you know? And I can't have anything sounding the same. I feel like my production on the album doesn't sound like nothing else.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Out right now from the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what? Let me hear it.
No, I mean, outside of what I know Vince is about to drop.
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah. I heard some unreleased Vince. I ain't gonna lie.
He hot.
Yeah, he's coming in hot.
I respect him.
Yeah, I'll give you guys that.
Yes.
Definitely. So are we going to get a deluxe edition to this project?
I'm probably gonna follow up with like an EP or something right after
another
that.
EP, okay.
Yeah, another EP. I'm on some shit where I just want to be extremely consistent.
Oh, okay.
I don't even want to I just want to just break a record, and I'm not gonna rush the music, but the way I work so quick to the point where I can make an album like in a month, you know.
Okay.
Without even rushing.
Let's see. If you had to do a remix to one song off the project,
which one would it be?
Yeah, and what feature would you put on it?
I would love to do a remix of, I mean, it might be reaching, but I would say Still Here. If I can get a nigga like Cole on it, that'd be crazy. That's like,
you really want Kendrick to this shit? Yeah. Like, this is your third time you have to stop.
Those the ones I fuck with. Cole, Drizzy, like, them the top dogs.
So how did you feel about the apology? See, that was a diss right there. The lyricism already 8, now it's a 9. This is crazy. All right. How did you feel about the apology? Just as an MC, and you like an MC, so I feel comfortable asking you this. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about the J. Cole apology at Dreamville or Dreamfest, whatnot?
I respect it. I feel like J. Cole just a bigger man. It's like, some people want to take it past hip hop. And J. Cole, he the type of person, like, I could already tell that, you know, he probably felt bad just dropping a diss period because that's not his character.
So I drop it.
Right. He should have thought it.
And he does pop his shit on records.
Yeah, he be popping shit. I feel like the apology I don't feel like it was needed, but it's respected.
It was gratuitous, and if it was done, it should have been done behind closed doors.
True.
Call him up and apologize.
Yeah.
This is just my opinion.
True.
Call him up and apologize, but
Right.
don't go on your festival stage and apologize.
Yeah.
You make your crew and your team
Kind of look weak.
Yeah, look docile. It's still a competitive sport. I look at it like boxing.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about diss records. If you drop a diss record, like now you're boxing.
Back. Yeah.
Or if y'all drop an album in the same week, now y'all boxing.
Yeah.
And you want to see who album gonna perform better, who album gonna get better reviews.
Yeah, for sure.
Who the people fucking with more or whatnot. So yeah, I definitely felt like it was an L for your boy Cole, but you want Cole on the remix.
I would
That's
love
your
it.
prerogative.
How you feel about Drake diss though?
Drake's diss to Kendrick and Ross and
the
everybody
recent
else.
one. Yeah.
Push-ups I hate the name.
Yeah.
Didn't like the beat. Felt like he could go. It just wasn't sinister enough. It wasn't like the beat wasn't violent, sinister enough.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Too passive. It was too passive. It sounded like a Joe Budden diss record. Like he was dissing Joe Budden. You feel me? Like it was, you dissing Kendrick. Like you supposed to bring
you gotta come with it.
Yeah. So because he came with it on like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like the beat was aggressive, even though it's just a feature. He picked the beat, but still, it's a perfect situation, perfect storm because the beat is like aggressive and hyper masculine and in your face. And then Drake comes with the push-up record. I like Ross's response to Drake.
Yeah, Ross going in right now.
Champagne moments.
Yeah, he going.
I don't
in
like
right
all
now.
the social media stuff. I get it, but
he ran like I don't know.
The playing, comparing, and all that shit's like y'all both richer than me. I don't care.
Nah, they
but
gonna
as
make
far
up.
as the record. Champagne Moments by Ross that's fire.
Yeah,
it's
fire.
sinister. I give him that. I like that sinister stuff.
Yeah, Ross good for that though. I like when he did the what's that? It wasn't Apple of My Eye. What's that one where he did Stunner?
Idols Become Rivals.
Yes, I ain't gonna lie.
Was
He
in, like,
came
a
on
church
that.
in the video.
He came on that one. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
He did that. All right. What are some of the challenges that you see West Coast rappers such as yourself face in today's music climate?
I feel like the challenges that we facing is the influence. I feel like a lot of artists are influenced by what they feel they got to do to be accepted into the industry. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people fall victim of feeling like they got to be a certain way in order to succeed in this area. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas might want to be more street than what they really are.
Oh, okay.
Some niggas might want to wear fake jewelry because they see niggas buying real jewelry. Like, it's just literally to the point where it's like the influence. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard because I feel like niggas are in like a hidden competition. You know what I mean? I don't look at this shit as a competition at all.
I like
it should
the
be competitive though.
I feel like people always say like other rappers too competitive. I feel like it's not competitive enough because
It's not.
If it's competitive,
Yeah.
man, y'all not competing.
Right,
You feel
right.
me? So it's like I
Right.
want you to be more competitive because you can't, not you, but artists in general, you can't tell me it's so much competition, but y'all not really put out music like that.
Right, right.
You feel me? Like what are y'all
Right.
competing? Like Instagram pics or something?
Right,
Like
right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So I feel like LA rap could get more competitive. I want to see
For
people
sure,
like, I want my
for
verse
sure.
to be better than his verse.
Yes.
I want
yes.
my album to be
Yes.
just as good, if not better than his.
Yeah.
He just did a
I
tour.
want
I
more
want to
rap.
do a tour.
I want niggas to like more rap. Like, I feel like it's just everything is just based off just street shit only. It ain't no fly shit. Like everybody just, I don't know. It's like a little trend going on. If you ask me, I feel like it's a trend.
Yeah, but then when you get the fly shit, sometimes I feel like that gets played out because it's like a lot of time it don't be the truth.
True.
A lot of times it's pump faking. And then I always say it's more broke people than rich people. DMX album sold more records than Jay-Z albums early on. So I don't mind you rapping about the struggle if you're struggling.
Yeah.
You feel me? If you got it, you can rap
Yeah.
about it.
I
But
dig it.
if you don't have it,
I feel you.
rap about the struggle.
No,
you
you're
feel me?
right.
So
You're right.
I just feel like the strategy when it comes to LA rap, every challenge that any rapper who answers this question has, I can find a
Right.
solution to it.
Right.
Using logic.
The torch is different now though. Like I feel like you know Blue Bloods, you got Bino, you got Blast. I feel like LA rap is so like I feel like it's on top right now. Me, if you ask me, Atlanta doing their thing too, and even like Detroit. But in LA, it's just like since we're from here, we get to witness and watch certain people's growth. Like you know what I mean? When you get to witness growth, you know it's a different experience. You know what I'm saying?
I won't go as far as to say LA is on top. I won't say that right now. I want to see it on top. But I won't give it to them right now. I can't
Top three
say
though
that.
in the nation.
And as region wise, Atlanta, Detroit, Memphis, New York still got a buzz.
True. Yeah.
Still got a movement.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't give it to LA just yet. We're gonna get there though.
Top LA artists
Oh, now you
rising.
me.
I want to know. I really want to know your opinion on this one. What is the top rising LA artist
Upcoming
right now?
LA artists?
Yes. Top one.
Big Sad 1900. Robert
sure.
the Plug's been putting in a lot of work, stepping up, doing his thing, touring, Brandon, South by Southwest showcases.
Yeah.
I want to see Savvy get some discipline and apply himself in that capacity and be in that conversation.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something holding him back from being in that conversation.
Yeah.
Same thing with Rucci.
Yeah.
Blue Bucks got to rap about the struggle more, take us to the East Side Low Bottoms. Got to crack the code for them if they just, humble the music down for a project.
Yeah.
And give us a project about when they didn't have it.
Right.
An entire project dedicated to that. That's just my opinion.
Nah.
Bino, if he's more present, consistent.
Yeah,
Everybody I will have on the list, I have a huge asterisk next to, but that's what
Yeah.
makes me Dejon Paul.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't just see people
Yeah.
and accept it. I
Yeah.
see it and I be like,
You really do.
This is what we could do to
You
get
really
it to the
do.
next level.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just what it is.
You a piece of the formula to this shit.
Greatly appreciate it.
Sure.
All right, bet. Let's. I know we've been talking about music. I wanted to just take it to your upbringing because you said you're from Inglewood.
Yeah,
I'm from Inglewood as well. So
that's right.
What was your upbringing like in Inglewood and just your childhood? Talk to me about that. Did you play sports, things like that?
Yeah, I grew up in Inglewood, and I played baseball my whole life. You know, my uncle put me in baseball. You know, grew up without the father thing, and had a stepdad. You know what I'm saying, going through the domestics in the house.
I know how it is.
You know, so 90s baby. So growing up having no cell phone, no internet. You know, it was different. You know, we was outside, and most of my childhood and where I came up from is my grandmother's house. That's like the foundation of like everything about me. That's where I learned everything from the good to the bad. And I grew up right there off Crenshaw and Imperial, right there off. I went to Morningside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to Morningside.
Let me scoop my couch over a little bit. No, I went to Inglewood.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Yeah, I lived on the Inglewood High School side, but went to Morningside.
Oh, you was on permit?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then I ended up going to a little private school called South Bay, right there on Yukon and Imperial.
I'm not familiar with that.
South Bay Lutheran. So I kind of like, when I was in high school, my mom, she made sure that I graduated. So I left Morningside, went to the private school. It helped me out a lot. And, you know, just like my foundation as a person, like I've always been a person that's just about love and just, I want to get my message across when it comes down to the music. You know what I mean? And being under Granny roof, it taught me a lot of morals. It built my character, you know what I'm saying, to stand out. And, yeah, man, that's my history, man. Really just grandma house and just going through the motions, hustling, being a kid, being a teenager. You know what I'm saying? Every piece of life was there.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You said you played baseball. What position did you play?
Shortstop and pitcher.
Shortstop and pitcher. Okay. Yeah. Were you decent? Were you good?
I was fire.
Really? Which one was you better at?
Honestly, I was better at shortstop.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really my position in baseball.
And that's like the most challenging, if not one.
You get the most action.
Yeah.
You get the most action right there. I loved it. I practice every day. And then eventually I just stopped, man. And I really, in my mind, that's what I was set on. I'm like, I'm gonna be like a pro baseball player.
I was just about to ask you if you wasn't gonna be a rapper, what would you be? So
that was literally like my dream. Like I truly believe that. I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do.
You want to be on the Dodgers or?
No, I wanted to be from the Atlanta Braves. That was my favorite team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I fuck with the Dodgers and the Angels, but that was my thing. Before music, it was always baseball.
Okay.
Baseball. Got involved with the streets a little bit, and kind of steered away from going to practice, and I got better though. I picked myself up and dusted it off and went to the studio and found what I really love.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let the people know exactly what you have coming next. I know we have the Still Him album dropping when?
Oh, it's on the 24th for sure. This month, the 24th, gonna be dropping. I got a couple features on there. Underground artists. It's just nothing but just love, purity, and just it's honesty all in the album.
Absolutely. I want to close out with this question. I ask everybody this. Describe the perfect day in LA from start to finish. You wake up and
Shit, wake up, 11 o'clock, get your car washed.
Hey, that's what I need right the fuck now.
Go straight up Crenshaw. You feel me? Past Earl's. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go ahead and bust a U-turn. Go hit Woody's Barbecue. Get yourself some weed. Shit. And go enjoy the sunset.
Okay.
Either at the beach or on Sunset. Shit.
All right, bet, man. Well, I'm Dejon Paul, Rappaport Card, Dan LA. This is King Envy.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Still him dropping soon. We'll talk to you soon.
Let's get it.